Hello everyone, this is my submission for Star Wars Dark Forces for SGDQ 2018. This is the All Secrets category, and I like this category a lot because unlike any percent, you explore a lot more of the intricate parts of the maps on these levels, and also All Secrets has some really unique routing as well as some really unique speed tech in the category you don't see in any percent. So let's go ahead and get into this. And as the name implies, we will be collecting all the secrets and finishing the game. You'll notice numbers in the top right corner. Those numbers are relatively useless except for the one at the end with the S attached to it. The one with the percentage, that lets us know how many secrets we've collected, or the percentage of the secrets anyways. And this will just guarantee that we know we triggered collecting the secret area, or getting to the secret area, like that one for example. And I'll try to explain some of the more complicated secrets to get. I'll try to explain as many as I can. It's hard to because there's a lot going on in this category. It's very fast-paced, so I'll try not to miss anything important. So yeah, at this point in the level, normally we would be finished because we've triggered the ending. However, this game is unique in that you don't actually have to hit a switch to exit a level. You actually finish the objectives and then it lets you know that the mission's complete, and then you can exit the level at any time. Because of this, this allows us to finish a level and then go get the secrets afterwards, which is faster for a couple different levels, including this one. So that's kind of nifty. As you can see, there's all these other parts of the level you normally wouldn't see at any percent. And one other important thing to mention about secrets is you just have to hit the trigger where they are on the map in order to quote-unquote get the secret. You don't actually have to collect any of the items or anything like that. That's kind of convenient and very exploitable later on in the game. So some levels have a more complicated design and some secrets that are a little out of the way. This one isn't one of them. This one's got some very simple secrets. Some of them are just kind of hastily thrown into the maps, which is kind of a shame. Like that one, for example. So this is basically going to be the any percent route, which means we have to power up the dam and go collect the weapon on the base. So for the most part, this map is going to be about the same, just some minor sidetracking we have to do. But another thing, like any percent, is RNG isn't really a huge issue in this category, with like a few exceptions. It's a nice thing about this speedrun is that it's a lot of execution and a lot less luck attached to it. So getting through this is fairly easy to do consistently. I should also mention there's no quick saving and quick loading, so if you do make a mistake, you basically just lose a bunch of time and have to make up for that somehow. Just try to do your best. So it's very much a forced single segment game, so it can be very penalizing, but we don't have to worry about that because I'm a god gamer. But we're at the end of this level. And some levels you do have to just go back to certain areas to trigger the endings. Some of them you can just finish the objectives and you're good to go. This level's Anuit. There are 2 routes to do all secrets. I will try to do the fastest route. It's a little bit tough, but hopefully we get it. We have to first get the first half of the secrets, which are in this area, right here. And right here. We're gonna do a TD jump back up. Good job. So we're halfway there. Now we have to do one more TD jump at this part. Normally we have to hit 3 different switches to raise the water level, but we can skip doing all of that by doing a carefully timed explosive jump. Like that. And so we basically skipped like 2/3 of the entire map, which luckily there are no secrets in those parts. They're all kind of concentrated into 2 areas. It's very convenient. And I never really mentioned it, but TD jumping just refers to doing an explosive jump with a thermal detonator. It's just easier to say that. There will be other weapons we can use to get boosts as well, but mostly it's going to be done with thermal detonators. So we're at the end of this level and we got all the secrets. This one is pretty fun map because we basically have to go the intended route to get all the secrets, which we only see about half the map in any percent. So you— oh shoot, I just fell there, that was an accident. Gotta be careful with your movement. Luckily I didn't die there. But we're going to be entering the base through this ventilation shaft. And just sneaking around. I'm going to go for a TD jump here. That saves like 10 seconds if I get it first try. It's a bit finicky, so if I don't get it, I'm not going to bother doing it again. It's not that big of a deal. Because I don't want to just waste a bunch of TDs and lose a bunch of shields just for the sake of getting the trick. But it's one of the harder jumps in the game. Alright. You're supposed to collect key cards to figure out that code, but it's the same every time, so you don't have to worry about it. Now coming up for one of the trickier jumps in the game. Gotta set ourselves up in this corner. Then if you do an explosive jump there, you get the objective of the entire level, so all we need to do to beat the level is get back to the beginning, but we still have secrets to collect. As you can see, we haven't gotten any of them, because pretty much all of them are in this part of the map, the second half. So I just picked up this weapon, the repeater. The repeater is actually really useful, even though it looks kind of dumb, because it's more accurate than the blaster rifle, but it also pushes enemies back, so for certain scenarios it's going to be more useful than the blaster rifle. Alright. Go up here. We gotta go up here to hit the switch to open up the gate to the exit. And we also have to get a couple more secrets, including this one. Alright, so I'm gonna do a TD jump here, hopefully. It's a little bit weird, but we got it. And that just skips us having to lower that gate and do it another way. Got this secret here, and we're just gonna fall. And we have one more secret to get, but we're gonna trigger the end of the level first before we get it, because it's a little faster to do it that way. Because otherwise you have to do some backtracking. So just go here to trigger it. Then we're gonna take a slight jump here to get to that side. We've triggered that secret. Alright, so now we're on Gromus. This is pretty much the same as it is in any percent, because all of the secrets are in one area. So this is a pretty straightforward level. There's not a whole lot of time loss or time gain at the beginning, as long as we just make a certain cycle, which isn't terribly hard to do. It's a little bit harder to do on this category, because there's a bit more you have to collect. This is also a really bad enemy pattern here, so I kind of got blocked. As I've said, RNG doesn't normally impact the run that much. However, there it was actually kind of a problem. But it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so the worst part about this is that we have to wait on this little pillar here. I could theoretically set up a fall that lets me fall where I need to, but I don't want to risk that, especially with how low my health is. So if I miss the fall, I'll just take fall damage. So I'll lose time on this map, unfortunately, but it's not that big of a deal. That kind of sucks, but he kind of got in the way and I didn't anticipate that. I'm going to do a small little jump here. Oh, that's unfortunate. So now I have to go for the riskier one, which I got, thank goodness. Just making that jump across skips having to get a key. Saves a little bit of time. And as I've said, if I got everything right, I wouldn't have to wait on this pillar, but made a few mistakes. It's not that big of a deal. So we're coming on the first Dark Trooper. There's two types of Dark Troopers. One of them is a melee type, and one of them is just kind of the regular Dark Trooper. The melee type, the first one we fight, is behind this wall. If you use the alternate fire mode for your thermal detonators, you can clip them through moving walls and doors, and that lets us kill the trooper before he comes out. Alright, and we're gonna hit this switch right here. Now we just have to wait for these doors to lower. Normally what is supposed to happen is you're supposed to hit that switch and wait for them to lower and then book it, but you can just hit it from the other side and you don't have to worry about that. Someone found that randomly on like a casual playthrough. I don't remember their name, but it's a fantastic find because it eliminates the guessing game there. I'm just going to take a shortcut here to get to the beginning again. Alright, so now we're on Detention Center. Detention Center has the most secrets in the entire game. They're just kind of scattered throughout the level, but they're all pretty much the same in that they're all behind like hidden walls that are very obviously hidden walls. But Detention Center, like Research, requires us to get key cards to unlock doors, but the code is the same every time, as I've said with the other level, so we don't have to worry about that. Thank goodness, because this level is a mess. This is like one of the hardest levels casually because the level design is very convoluted. Luckily that's not too much of an issue for this category though, because like once you know where everything is, it's not so bad. We still don't have to explore we won't have to explore some of the more complicated areas in this level. As you can see, like, these are the types of walls where all the secrets are behind, so it's very obvious that they're secret areas. Alright, so we do have to explore a little bit of the level to get some of the secrets. Alright, I'm blowing myself up there for a reason, to get rid of the mines, and also to give myself full health and shields, as well as crowd control some of these stormtroopers. Shoot this little logo here. You're supposed to go inside that wall and look through a hole to see that you can shoot it, but you can just shoot it from the other side. Alright, we're skipping the second floor entirely. Gotta get a couple more before we can get to the exit. Should also mention we are going to use a developer-intended shortcut through this level to get to the end a lot faster than you normally would, which is a relief. Like I've said, this level is really complicated. Alright, we have to lower this to get to it. I'm gonna get one more secret here. You have to crouch jump into this, and it's a bit finicky for whatever reason. Go. And we made it. So now we're on our way to the secret, or towards the end. Just gotta get 2 more secrets before we can end the level. And unfortunately, we have to wait on this compactor, which is not a big deal. If our movement's good enough, we can not have to worry about waiting on it, which we managed to do. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good detention. Alright, there we go. We're out of here. So now we're on Ramsey's Head. This is not too crazy of a level. There's some cool shortcuts, well, not shortcuts, but secrets to get to, like you can TD jump here instead of having to do it the intended way, which requires you to get a key card and then fall to it. Oh, interesting. I picked up that weapon through the crate. That never happened before. So we're just gonna go through this. Do a minor TD boost here. Get up to this part, saves a few seconds. And normally on this level, one of the things we do is kill some of these to refuel and thermal detonators for a good chunk of the next few levels, because there is a lot of TD jumping to do. This is going pretty poorly, and that's fine. It's whatever. I needed to get up here to get to a secret area, and then just jump to this. Normally you're supposed to take this elevator to get to that secret area, but it's faster just to TD jump. And I'm just killing myself there so I get shields and health back so I don't die in an inconvenient location. Alright, so we're gonna use this hidden wall. This area actually isn't a secret. This is an area that unlocks a secret area. But that's not a secret area itself. Some of the choices they made for secrets in this game don't make any sense, but getting in that area gives us access to this secret area, which we're not even going to visit. Alrighty. So I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to myself to try and set up for a death warp once I get a key in this level, this room. There we go. That just saves a few seconds. It's really easy to do, so it's worth it to just go for it. We still haven't gotten all the secrets. All the remaining ones are at the end. And there's an interesting thing about these secrets, because they're in these crates up here, and I'm not sure how you're supposed to know to get that without knowing that explosive boosting is a thing, which leads me to believe that it's an intended mechanic. But it's weird that they would implement it for finding secrets. Like I said, some of the secret choices they made in this game are a bit weird, but oh well. Cool game, though. So this is the robotics factory. This level is pretty interesting. It has really broken ice physics, and we can avoid those ice physics if we pick up ice cleats, but it's out of the way to get them. So we're gonna not do that. And this is where one of the more interesting aspects of how secrets are collected come into play. So pay attention to the counter. We've collected a secret there. Collected one right there. Collected one right there, and collecting one right here. As I've mentioned, the way you trigger getting a secret is by passing over the trigger for it. And that doesn't check like a specific z-axis. There's a specific point on the y-axis, I believe, where you can trigger it. Or the y-x-axis, not necessarily the z-axis. So that's interesting. So that allows us to get those secrets just by peeking over the edge, instead of having to go get them, which takes a little bit more time. It's kind of a neat little thing, neat little exploit with this game. It's also funny because the very last one out of all of those, you have to walk over when you play through the game casually, so it is impossible to beat this game without triggering at least one of the secrets. Alright, so we've made it to this part. We just have to plant bombs on all three of these. And then we have to fight the Dark Trooper, the first, like, real Dark Trooper. And I hate to disappoint you, but it's going to be as easy as you'd expect. Because I'm going to pick up a power-up called the Weapon Supercharge. Which lets us just shoot faster and do a little bit more damage. So that guy doesn't stand a chance. We're going to get that secret right there. Make our way out of here. Now, I mentioned ice physics. The main reason why it's a pain is because of this section right here. Because you can easily get stuck like that. That wasn't on purpose, I promise. And then you can collect the ice cleats at the very last step. So we get the ice cleats at the very end of the ice physics section and are never going to step on ice ever again in this game. So, really nice. We do have one more secret. Actually, yeah, that's right. This is technically ice too. So in any percent we normally wouldn't, but we do have to get that one up, because that's a secret. Alright, so this is Narshada. The next three levels are radically different than they are in any percent. In any percent, Narshada is the shortest level, because you can just TD jump straight to the end, right at the beginning. But since we're collecting secrets, we have to go through the map. And the next three levels are probably my favorite in this category, just because you have to go through so much more. It allows for some really interesting routing, and lets you see a lot of stuff you normally wouldn't see. But Narshada normally is a pretty hard to navigate level, just because the layout isn't exactly clear. I'm gonna do another TD jump to get to this side to get to a secret. We missed. That's not that big of a deal. I should be able to survive a mine boost here to get to the secret area. If I actually get it, that would help, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Let's try again. These guys need to go away. Alright, I gotta wait for this door to open again. I keep missing this jump. It's a really easy jump. Alright, I just need to be careful. That killed me this time. Alright, neat. So like I've said before, this game doesn't have quick saving and quick loading, so if you make mistakes, this is the kind of time loss you can get. So that's why my estimate's a little bit high, because, you know, there is the potential for that kind of stuff to happen. And I do want to intentionally die there because it's faster to get to this area. That was unfortunate, but, I mean, there's not much I could have done. I screwed up a few jumps, and that's whatever. That's the wrong way. Whoops. So, got to get one key. There's actually 2 keys to collect on this map, but we only need one of them, because we can just TD jump to a certain area that will require the other one. Get some secrets here. Also, normally there's a Trandoshan there that has a concussion rifle that I would like to have, so I'll just kill one of them instead to get it. But the concussion rifle's a pretty useful weapon. It's probably the best crowd controlling weapon in the game. Alright, so there we stepped over the edge to trigger the secret area without having to ride the elevator, and then died afterwards to get out of there faster. It's a pretty neat little thing. So now we just gotta get one more secret and get to the exit, which is in this little hidden wall right here. Try not to make these guys too angry. We can just TD jump across. Normally getting here requires the extra key. And we're almost at the end. Just gotta get through these hallways. Come on, there we go. And sometimes those guys will just show up, so you have to be ready to deal with them. But whatever, we got to the end. That was good. That was a rough level, but it's whatever. This is Jabba's. Jabba's is another one that's very different than any percent, because in any percent we do the objectives out of order, and in this category we actually have to do them the right way. But we still have to fight that Kel Dragon, which is totally random, by the way. That fight is absolutely awful. But we're going to get thermal detonators here to just get this key. It's a little bit faster to do it that way. First real thing we need to do is get our gear, because it got taken from us at the beginning of this level. It's also an objective. You can't finish the game without getting it. And now we're going to go further into the level. Normally at this point we would set up for a mine boost to skip a huge chunk of this level, but completely missed that. But since this is all secrets, we have to get the other secrets, which kind of go along with the intended route of this level. Also, we have shield supercharge, which is very important that we keep. I don't think I mentioned it, but there's two types of damage in this game. There's damage that's shield-based and damage that's melee or health-based. Melee attacks will always hit your health directly and ignore shields. So enemies with physical attacks can be a problem here. So when we have shield supercharge, it's possible for us to still die. So we don't want that to happen because it makes getting through the mines in that one area a lot easier, without having to worry about dying again. Alright, get out of here. So yeah, this part is just pretty straightforward. It's just getting through hallways and taking damage from mines. Past these Gamorreans. Gamorreans are the most annoying enemy for physical damage because their attacks do 40 damage. And you have 100 health, so they can kill you in 3 hits. So that's really frustrating. Gonna get this. This is the blue nav card. It's one of our main objectives, is getting that. And the other one is to rescue our partner Jan. But before that, we have a few more secrets to get, and there is one secret in particular in this map that is really silly. Also, I died there because I kind of got stuck. The Kel Dragon ate me, so rip. That's not that big of a time loss though, because I died at a very convenient spot. Alright, so that secret was very obvious. Now we're going to go to probably the least obvious secret in the entire game. I don't know how anyone is supposed to figure out that this is here. Or how anyone's supposed to get this normally to begin with. Alright, so we're going to jump over this way. Align ourselves carefully here. Hopefully this works. Put down a mine. Jump. And hit a switch up there. Again, I don't know how anyone is supposed to know that that's there. That was really unlucky, by the way. It's faster for me to just die at this point. There's too many Gamorreans down there. But I hit the switch, which is the important thing, because that reveals the last secret on this map. So we've rescued Jan, so now the mission is technically complete, and we have to collect this last secret. Alrighty, so now we're on this map. Pay attention, because... Alright, cool. So behind that wall is the boss of this level, which is Boba Fett. Using the concussion rifle, we use splash damage to kill Boba Fett, because splash damage goes through walls in this game. And that confuses the game quite a bit. So now we've defeated that boss and completed the mission. So normally we would be done with this level, but we have to collect secrets. The convenient thing about that is that once we've collected secrets, we can exit the level. And that saves a lot of time being able to do that. Because this level is probably one of the most obnoxious levels casually. It's not as complicated as Detention Center, but it's got a really stupid puzzle at the midway point of it. It's very easy to screw up and you'll have to do the entire thing over again to get it. But luckily we will not have to worry about that. Alright, so we got this elevator. We gotta go on here and then go back onto the elevator to speed this process up a little bit. And we have to get that one secret. That is the one secret in this elevator section. Come on, get... Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. I don't care. There we go, we're at the end of it. So now we're at the main building, where we have to get the last few secrets. This is also where the end of the level is. Or not the end of the level, but where the main objective is. It's like the main thing you're supposed to do is like collect some data tapes or something. And then you get to the end and then you fight Boba Fett. But we've already fought Boba Fett, so the level's technically over. It's weird because this is the only map in the game where that actually happens. It's the only one where you can actually skip objectives. Alright, so I'm probably not going to survive this, that's fine. And we gotta get one last secret before we exit the level, which is right over here. It's kind of a cool little one. Alrighty, so now we're towards the end of the game. There's 3 maps left. This is Fuel Station. Fuel Station's really boring casually. It's also not very interesting speedrun-wise. There are 2 secrets on this map, 2 entire secrets. And one of them is really dumb, because it requires you to get a key, which is over in this area. And the reason I say that's dumb is because you'd get to the door that's locked and think, oh man, there's gotta be something important, what do I do? You go find this key, you open the door, and then you realize, oh wait, this isn't actually necessary. It's useful, but it's not necessary. Alright, so we're just gonna clear out that room real quick. Do some TD jumping across these platforms. So normally you're supposed to hit switches to rotate this platform. That's really slow though. And theoretically you could also jump across these without having to do a TD jump, but the frame rate is running so high that it makes it next to impossible. If you play like on a lower frame rate, or if you play the PS1 version, you can make those jumps with absolutely no trouble. It's kind of silly, actually. So yeah, that was that secret that required the blue key, was that little door we opened over there. And we also hit the switch to get to the exit area of the level. We have one more secret to get, which is in this general room. Do some more TD jumping, hopefully we get this one. That one's kind of iffy, so I'm not surprised I missed it. We'll just have to do a mind boost instead. The nice thing about this game is that no matter what happens, there's pretty much like backup strats for anything. Just mind boost up here. I'm gonna slowly just peek over. Alright, cool. I don't want to fall in there, it'll waste time. Alrighty, so we have all 2 secrets on this map, and we're just gonna go straight to the end. This whole level is, like, just disappointing. There could have been so many more cooler things they could have done with the structure of it, but they just didn't. But whatever. Who am I to complain? Makes this level less frustrating, so... But yeah, we hit that switch in that one room to gain access to this area. Also, if we go into an elevator and hit the action button while we're entering, we can trigger the elevator without having to hit a switch, and that saves a very small amount of time, but it's just kind of cool and convenient. So we're at the end of this level. We're gonna equip our TDs because it's convenient to have them at the beginning of the next map. Alrighty, so we're on the Executor. This is the second to last map. It's a very straightforward map. Again, like the previous map, it only has 2 secrets, which is really convenient. Uh-oh, that's not good. Alright, so my health is way too low to try and do another TD jump. So we're just gonna do this normally. That's a shame, because that TD jump's really fun to do. I gotta be really careful, my health is super low. Literally one more hit will kill me. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. So it'll make getting up here a lot more... Oh shoot, there was a guy on the elevator! That's tricky. Had it up to here with the Empire and their tricks. That's unfortunately a big time loss, because we gotta wait on this elevator now. I had no idea that he would even do that. Alright, so we're gonna kill ourselves here just to have full health, because we're gonna do a mine boost. Which is gonna be done right here. And mines do a lot of damage, which is why we don't use them all the time. So we got up here, and we're gonna get this one secret area. Getting this secret area is actually something you do in any percent, because that's where you get the assault cannon, which is like the super weapon and the best weapon in the game. Then we got this one other secret in this little hidden compartment area. So we're almost done with this level. We have to fight 3 Dark Troopers now in order to get to the next area. It's pretty easy. One thing I never mentioned is that if you don't have weapon supercharge, if you just rapidly click the fire button on certain weapons, it'll just fire really fast, faster than if you held the fire button. And the assault cannon's one of those examples, which is very convenient because it does so much damage. So this part, unfortunately, is slow. We have to wait on these things to get to each checkpoint and then hit the switch to make them go further. So it's just unfortunately a waiting game here. There you go. So we just gotta, like I said, wait. Open this door. And we're out of here. So now this is the final level of the game, Arc Hammer, which is also a pretty fun level. There's some cool secrets to get. First one is this one right here, which we can just jump to, and we can also, coincidentally, just jump right back. Kill him to open up this area. So there is a Dark Trooper in this room we actually have to kill, because there is a hidden wall that we have to move, and it's attached to that Dark Trooper's death to trigger it. And normally we would go take a longer route to get to this area, but we're just TD jump up here. And hitting that switch accesses this secret area. Kind of obnoxious to go out of the way just for that, but whatever. But there's not a lot of secrets on here, but they're and they're all pretty... Actually, yeah, all the secrets on this map are actually fairly easy to find, which is nice compared to the rest of them. So the main objective of this level is we have to plant sequencer bombs throughout the Arc Hammer and then fight the final boss. Alright. So one of the secret areas is in this. Normally we could just TD jump straight through this, which we will do after we get the secret, which is in this little hidden wall right here. Alright, so we can't outrun this Crusher. It's faster just to take the damage from it, because we are going to Death Warp anyways in this room. Because it's faster than getting out of it the normal way. Alright, so I gotta wait on this. Got a bad cycle because of that enemy. I missed my TD jump there. There we go. Cool. We gotta get these secrets. That one's hard to get because you can bonk your head. And there we go. We just got the last secret. We've collected every secret in the game. So now we just need to finish this level and we are done. So as you may have seen, there's a lot more going on the maps because of all secrets, which might seem arbitrary, and it completely is, but it's still really fun and really cool, given just how notoriously complex some of these levels are in this game. Oh shoot, I'm gonna die. Yeah, unfortunately I had to Death Warp there because I did not have enough health to do a TD jump. The one Imperial Commando kind of got in the way, so... Unfortunately, I couldn't see him there, so there's no way I could have known he was there, which is unfortunate, but... whatever, it wasn't that much of a time loss. So normally you would ride this conveyor belt, but you can just TD jump up to the end of it, It's a little bit faster. And we have one more obnoxious puzzle to do in this game, which is this switch puzzle right here. And the way I'm shooting it is the most optimal way to get all the switches, because they need to be hit a certain number of times. But the way I do it factors into the ones where you have to wait on them because they're a little longer, because they have to reset their position, so it's fastest just to do it that way because it takes into consideration all those little factors of waiting. So now we're going to the last room of this game, where we have to fight 2 Dark Troopers and then fight the final boss. Which we really haven't had a real boss fight in this run yet. All of them have died really quickly, or like with Boba Fett, we fight them behind a wall, so it's not really much of a threat. So if you're expecting a really cool and epic final boss here, then you're gonna be very disappointed. Because he's literally just another Dark Trooper, and instead of having rockets, he has mines. And those mines are completely and utterly useless, because they don't really do anything to you. And he's dead, and time would be coming up right at the end of this level, right here.
Shit on a stickeroo!
So yeah, that was Dark Forces All Secrets. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys consider putting it into the marathon. 3609 is not a bad time considering all the mistakes that happened in the middle of the game. Yeah, it's a fairly consistent run though, so it should easily go under estimate considering how many times I've played this category. So thanks for watching.